Hey there, food fans. Welcome back to the Food for ThoughtCast with me, your host, Melissa Reagan. I am honored today to be joined by Ana Olson from Fuerza Divina. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great.
What's the weather doing where you are? First, tell me where you are.
I am in Michigan. I'm along the lake shore
All
and it's
right.
raining outside. My cats were not thrilled. They were like, what is this wet thing outside? So it's raining for the first time in weeks, I want to say. Yeah, we hadn't seen rain. It was hot and humid.
Mm.
But yeah.
I'm in sunny North Carolina today. It is 77 degrees, but in 2 days, I will be moving home to Dallas, Texas. And the day that I get there, it will be 102.
I was going to say, I'm like, oh, nice.
It's absolutely gorgeous here today. I'm going to savor it while I can. I think it's also supposed to rain here too. So
Okay.
here we are. I don't think I've ever been to Michigan, but I hear that the summers are really beautiful.
They are. They are.
So,
There is a series of these influences from the UK, Josh, and they were here
mm-hmm.
in the winter, and there's like, this is crazy. How you guys
Yeah,
survive here? And I'm like, we are here because of the summer. Like we
yeah,
only don't worry about this right now. Just close your
yeah.
eyes and it will pass.
It's the
But
hashtag pure Michigan summer.
yep.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love those guys, and it was so funny because first they were talking about how they'd never seen that much snow, and then they didn't know what to wear. It was hysterical.
It was. It was. It's like you forget about it when we hear it.
100%, 100%. Well, every week I ask every single guest, what was the most amazing thing you ate this week? And I don't want you to feel like you're in the hot seat, so I can go first, or you can go.
Go first.
Okay.
Entice me.
Okay, perfect. I wanted to have one last hurrah at this wonderful little buy one, get one free sushi place that I have near my house here. It's called Sushi Siam, local shout out. But they also have other types of Asian food on the menu. So I bought the most amazing Sam Tum Thai yesterday, which is a spicy green papaya salad with peanuts and shrimp and fish sauce. Chef's kiss. And I air fried my last block of tofu to go with it. I'm doing the freezer clean out for moving. So I air fried the last block of tofu to go with it that I marinated in teriyaki sauce. And it was just incredible. It was really, really good.
It
So I'm
sounds
not a vegan,
amazing.
but I just eat a lot of tofu because it's cheap. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
hear ya. I
What
hear
about you?
ya. I am a lover of Asian food, and
Mm-hmm.
as of lately, they open a Korean chicken place, and I
Ooh,
am a sucker. So the
so
last
good.
amazing thing I eat is very simple. It's just bulgogi fried rice with some wings with the spicy
Mm-hmm.
sauce. I don't know how they fry that, but it's
It's
amazing.
there. There is something so incredible about Korean style fried chicken. Like it's a double frying process. It is just I don't know. It's life changing. Even if it's like from a chain, it's really good.
It
It's
is,
really
it
good.
is. And I have kitchens. So I'm like, let's try to
I want to
recreate
know
this.
the
And it's,
secrets.
yeah, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have thought of infiltrating and hire them people just so they
Mm.
taught me. I'm like, I just want to know, like, do you want another part-time job?
She's gonna poach. She wants the secrets.
Yeah.
Well, tell me the story of Forza Divina. I'm always intrigued when I find another sister in arms, another female leading in our industry, and I want to know the story and I want to know how you got in the business. So take me there.
Well, Fuerza Divina means divine force or divine strength.
Mm-hmm.
The name is, as we touched a little bit ago, how women, we are just amazing
We
and
are.
we are able to multitask and do a lot of things well at the same time. And we
Yes.
perfect that art, right? And then so I come from the restaurant industry
Mm-hmm.
and I have the largest tequila selection in West Michigan. I have about 350 tequilas in one of my restaurants.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is having a tequila brand was an evolution of the path that I was at. I moved to the United States and then I moved away from my roots that, we cherish tequila. We um tequila is not just a drink that we put in a margarita. It is like in a whole event, right?
Yeah.
We
Culturally,
don't use
right?
champagne. We have,
Hmm.
if it's something to celebrate or to mourn about or to talk about, there is always tequila at the table.
Yeah.
And then so moving away from that and seeing how people have so many misconceptions about tequila, as a good, like, I can do it all kind of person, I'm like, I can
Yeah.
fix this. I can teach people what tequila is. And then so
You're going to fix a
about,
nationwide
I
misconceptions
know, like I'm in a
about
mission, like forget
yes.
about Spider-Man and Batman.
Let's
Here
go
I am.
let's go undo this Jose Cuervo nation that's
I
happening.
know, right? No, so yeah, an easy task. So then I start teaching tequila classes.
Mm.
Because I started having a lot of tequilas, and then people were like, whoa, like overwhelmed. And at that time, I only had like 30 tequilas. And then so I'm like, well, I'm going to do a class. I can help my customers. I can create this memorable thing, like
Yeah.
just, you're going to go have dinner and have margaritas. Like, why don't you come and have it and hear me talk? And then so I've
Yeah.
been doing that for years. And part of that was always, what is your favorite tequila? And then what do you like to drink? And I'm like, well, it's not quite here, right? Like I have had things that you haven't, and then just the tequila that I love at the time was not in Michigan. And then in a girls trip, my business partner and I, we were friends. We're still friends, but like, we started as friends.
I was
Like
like,
we have
"Oh
not,
no, RIP your
no.
friendship."
But it was just, I'm gonna refer to her as my business partners. But at the
Sure.
time, we took a business a tequila tour, because I was gonna show her where I'm from. She is Puerto Rican and
Yeah.
Mexican, so
Yeah.
she hadn't been like to my Mexico, right? Like
Yeah.
when I go to Mexico, I get in a car and I drive. I love to go to holes in the walls. I love to just explore. And then so they had been more of the touristy places, and I'm like, no, we're gonna go to my
Sure.
Mexico.
Do you mean
And
there's more
then
to Mexico than Cancun?
it is, believe it or not. Yeah, just get a car, just rent
Got
a
it.
car and drive, and then put gas. Don't forget that part, but
Right.
just explore.
Safety
And then
first.
so, yeah, very important thing. And then so we stayed at a boutique hotel. They had
Mm.
a distillery in it, and at the time they were making another brand of tequila there, and I didn't know that they did that. And then so I asked, they gave us a tequila tasting. And then I asked the girl that was doing that, hey, so who do I talk to if I want to make my own tequila? And then she's like, oh, the executives, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be here tomorrow. You can talk to them. And then the next morning, I was sitting in a courtyard talking to these executives of
That's
the
crazy.
distillery. And I put everything in a small sticky note. I still have it, of
Aw.
like, I like, because that's all I had. They had a sticky note, and they're like, oh yeah, it's here, like take notes. And I'm like, I'm writing everything, like what I need to file, what organizations in Mexico do I need to file with, what organizations here in the United
Mm.
States still here, all this stuff. And then that ignited a fire, and my friend and I, both entrepreneurs, and then so we said, like, we can do this. Yes, we can. So then we created company, and we started researching of how we're gonna make this happen. So that was 3 years ago. And then now we have a name, we have a brand. So it was a whole process of, we had an idea. We want an essence of our tequila. We didn't have a name, we didn't have a bottle, we didn't have anything.
Right.
And then so we started by finding the right partners. That is very, very important in every business. You can have the best product and the best idea, but if you don't have the right partnerships, they will help you and
Of course.
collaborate with you along the way. It is really hard to bring anything to fruition. And if you manage to do it, um, it is it is like, a house of cards. So it can come
Yeah.
down really easy if you don't have the right foundation. So we have definitely taken our time and making sure that we were okay with every step of the way. And now we are in the bottling process. So our tequila is
Incredible.
being made in Mexico right now, and then it's going to be bottled in October 9th.
Oh,
And
I'm
then it
so
will be in the
excited.
United States here soon in November. So
Yeah, I was just about to ask, like, how do you source your ingredients? Because to my knowledge, there aren't just like agave farms all over the United States. So I was just going to ask, like, how's
No.
that work?
No, so tequila is a denomination of origin
Sure.
product. So you can only make tequila and call it tequila in certain parts of Mexico. And they
Yep.
are marked by geographic areas, right? So
Right.
think of it like borders.
Mhm.
And then so, you can be in, drive 5 miles and then be in another state. So you can just drive away of the tequila zone and then make the product there the exactly same way, but you cannot call it tequila.
Right.
And then so that everything is made in Mexico. And
Right.
then in Mexico, where I'm from, there is tequila farms everywhere.
Yeah,
Luckily, so
of course.
and
Yeah,
then
and
agave feels like the landscape is just mesmerizing and it's something almost like hypnotizing driving by the agave
yeah,
fields that
it
I
is.
love.
It is really, really beautiful. It's like rugged and beautiful. And for the uninitiated, so I want to take a moment to explain to the listeners what you mean about um, the origins of the ingredients and like the zones. Just because I know that there are a lot of listeners, and by the way, thank you everybody so much for listening. There are a lot of listeners who do not drink for various reasons. And there are also a lot of listeners who are not familiar with the way that ingredient sourcing works. And so, like, I just want to take a moment. So, for everybody who's listening, this is kind of like Parmesan cheese or champagne. You can have sparkling wine, but if your sparkling wine does not come from the region Champagne and from the right grapes, you cannot legally call it champagne. It's kind of the same Parmigiano Reggiano. It comes with a special stamp. It's produced in one place. It's the same thing with prosciutto. It's the same thing with a lot of ingredients. And so, yeah, thank you for clarifying that as well.
Yeah.
So for the uninitiated and for people who don't drink, what is it that they need to know about tequila and the history?
So tequila is a drink of resilience. It was created after an embargo back when Spain used to be in control of Mexico. And then so um, they said, hey, you guys cannot make any liquor anymore. You guys cannot make anything out of iron. So you couldn't make shovels, knives,
Wow.
anything that people used to work in any liquor.
So
Right.
this was essentially like, we don't want you to be self-sufficient.
It's
You can't make your
yeah,
own money.
you
Right.
could only buy it from Spain.
Yep.
And then, at the time, it was just the boats that will take months and go back and forth.
Yep.
So what once shall do when you don't have liquor, you shall make your own liquor. And so the Spaniards saw that the indigenous people use this plant that is called agave. And then they will be making different type of liquors. So they will make pulque, they will make other things, and then they incorporated that into the distillation process, which is cook it, ferment it, and then basically boil it or steam it to extract the alcohol. And then so they did that in a town called Tequila in Jalisco. And then that's how tequila was born.
Cool.
Because of the need of just, creating their own liquor.
Yeah.
And eventually the name of the liquor was tequila because people refer of the liquor from the place of origin, right? They will say, well, this is the liquor from tequila.
Yeah.
And then eventually that got dropped off and was just tequila. In 1990, then other places in the world wanted to do tequila. And then the Mexican government moved to make it exclusive to certain regions of Mexico. And then that's why now tequila you can only call it tequila. You could make the same process anywhere else in the world, but you cannot call it tequila unless it comes from.
Yeah, you would have to call it like agave liquor or something like that. Right?
Yeah, agave is
which is not as much fun.
Not at all. It doesn't flow. And then so tequila was born like that. Tequila is actually really good for you if you don't drink. Totally respectful. But where I'm from, tequila was a remedy
Mm.
as well. So people will use it to wound. So if you had a cut, like they'll put
Yeah.
tequila, and the tequila itself, not just the alcohol, but it has a lot of because it's a very ancient plant.
Yeah.
So it sits in the ground for 7 to 10, 15 years. Some agave plants mature until they are 30 to 40 years in the ground. Like
Yeah.
imagine, I'm look 20, but I'm not that
Of
age.
course.
I'm in my 40s. And then so
You
like
are not. You were
just
20.
thinking, yeah, I've just my body does tell me though. So just thinking of that it is a plant out there. They just is gonna get harvest to
Yeah.
make liquor. It is mind-boggling, right?
Right.
Like just the respect to have this kind of drinks they are made with those plants. It is just it makes it does something to you, thinking like um that probably in your lifetime you won't be able to make two batches of the same thing, and those are different spirits of agave, but they are out there,
Right.
right? So um for us, like they will put it, like if you had joint pains, like they will rub it with different herbs, like they will
Mm.
fermentate it with the tequila, and then it does help. If you ate one bite too many, that happens to all of us. If you sip in a little bit of tequila, it really helps with digestion.
Mm.
So tequila is good for your body in many sense. And then that's kind of my approach that I take it, right? Like a lot of people hear tequila and they think Cinco de Mayo, right? Like they think of like
Or
this
shots.
crazy wild just
Yeah.
shots. For
Yeah.
me, I hear tequila and then it brings me like all of this other perspective that I just kind of want to talk about it and then
Yeah.
bring it to people that want to hear it.
I love that. I mean, I think you think about like the average American consumer, and it's not like I don't have a special corner on super secret tequila knowledge. I would say that I have intermediate knowledge of like the process and the types. But you think about the average consumer of tequila, maybe they don't even know that there's like blanco, añejo, reposado, like you know what I mean? Like maybe
Hmm.
it's very limited to like whatever they drink in college or like whatever they like in a margarita, which hey, margaritas are great, but they're not my preferred way to drink tequila because you can't taste it. And if you
Right.
can taste it, then it's a really strong margarita and then you can't have more than one. So that's my opinion. But
Yeah. Fair. Very,
so
very good points. All of them are good
so
points.
and then if you can't taste it, then it's like Kool-Aid and what are we doing? So
Yeah, like I could have had lemonade. Like this is a waste of my time
exactly,
and money
exactly.
because you can have lemonade for $2 and a
Yeah.
margarita for $15.
Because
So
it's really really expensive, or it can get really expensive. But okay, well, what about the background of your journey through the food industry, and how does that relate to tequila? Like, kind of like, what's the food relationship? How do we pair things with tequila?
well, tequila needs to be in a table,
Mm,
and to all the cultures, it's not just Mexico, but for us, a table means community. It means
yeah,
nurturing. It means gathering, and uh, sitting around the table. It has so is so deep. The deep conversations and the difficult and happy conversations usually happen around a table.
yeah,
Because if you want to deliver any kind of news, you either want to have something to celebrate like tequila, or you want something to lessen the blow like food. And then so tequila, it is paired with in general Mexican food,
sure,
something that is that complements it really well. It can be something savory, like we have a lot of stews like sauces and meat,
sure,
a good cheese, chocolate, like dried meat. So we have something, our take of beef jerky is called cecina. And then so
okay.
that is a thin cut of a steak that we marinated in lime, salt, and then we hang it like we hanging our clothes to dry. And then
I had no
after,
idea.
no,
No,
Yeah, so that's how
like
like that is
it's giving me charcuterie board vibes.
yeah, or like what I'm in the area that I grew up with is goat town, and then so
Oh,
goat cheese. Like if you haven't had goat cheese fresh, I highly suggest it. Like just try to
noted.
find a farm. There is many places around the United States. So if you go to Tennessee, like I know there
Hmm.
is a few places that do that. They're like,
Yep.
you're staying in Airbnb and then you can just, have their products, their fresh products there. It's just, it
Yeah.
is
Texas
a
has a few
transformative
really,
experience.
really great producers of chef. It's
Yeah.
really awesome.
So cheese, dry meat,
Mm,
chocolate. So chocolate, like many other great foods, was originated in the Mexico area, right? Like where the cacao was from. So
yeah,
like having that
but dark.
bitter, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
And then so you can pair it with whatever, but they
Sure.
go together, especially, in my area, having the tequila is like a nightcap, like the how
Right.
you finish the meal. Like a lot
Right.
of people is like the proper thing, like you eat and it's like this almost like a ceremonial thing, like and then I'm gonna have a shot and that's how I end my meal.
Mm.
Or I'm gonna sip, and a little bit of
Right.
tequila. And then so um tequila is pair nowadays, it's a worldwide spirit.
Sure.
So like I love mine. Like if I'm gonna have sushi, like having a little bit of tequila, it helps me mentally
You're
of
blowing my
like,
mind right now.
if something in that fish wasn't right, the tequila is gonna fix it. I'm not gonna get sick. But
you
I do love, I'm a
you
sucker
gotta
for
you
sushi.
gotta stop by and you gotta make sure your sushi's from a reputable.
But even though like it
You're
can
right. You're
be
right. You're right. You can just get the wrong piece. I mean, you're right.
yeah, or I just wanted tequila and that's why I ate it.
I like it. I did, as somebody who usually pairs tequila with feelings. I'm really excited to pair it with some other things.
Yeah,
Like
so
just
it's
chips and
just
salsa and stress.
I know. Tell me about it. Like so I have in my tequila class, I have different tiers, right? Like the
Sure.
more to take it, the different momentums you get.
Hmm.
So when you take your second class, I have a wisdom shirt that people get.
Ooh.
And then it has 10 around 10 facts of tequila. And then one of them is eliminates guilt. Like it says the benefits of tequila. So eliminates guilt.
Mm. You love to
And
hear
it
it.
says, yeah, and one of them is like it creates memory lost. And then I always tell people that's a good thing. Sometimes you just don't want to think or remember about things. So like it is a therapy in itself sometimes.
It's awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that so much. All right. So, how did you get into the kitchen? How'd your culinary journey start?
Oh, by accident,
Really?
honestly. Yeah. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always thought of, I'm gonna work in 85, and then I had a aunt that she was an accountant,
Mm,
and me growing up, it was like seeing her behind a desk, and at the time I was a typewriter,
sure.
but having like these nice pens and an organized desk, like that was like
You
the
thought
dream
that
for
was the
me. I'm like,
dream.
yeah, that was just like, oh my God,
It
like I want to
sounds
do that
miserable.
nowadays. Yeah, right. But I'm like, at the time, like my little me saw her in like, business clothes and like this,
Yeah.
suit and heels. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what I want to be when I grow up. And then I was going to be a lawyer.
Mm,
That's what I wanted to do. And then life had other plans. So a family member was getting divorced and he was running the restaurant. And at the time,
yeah.
I had my last child. And then they were like, hey, I need help. Like, help me out. Like, I'm just, I need someone to help me.
Yeah.
And I'm always been like, of course I can do it. Like, if so other people can do it, I can do it. Like,
Yeah.
No one has more or less than I do. And I believe that in every person, right?
Yeah.
Like if you really put your mind to it, it's not just a will. I don't just show up to places. It's like, oh, I can do it. You really have to like gain knowledge,
Sure.
know what you're doing, understand the end goal, right? Like what you want to accomplish, and always have that North Star of, this
Yeah.
is what I'm
Takes
going.
a
And
little
even when you feel
planning, a little
lost,
vision, a little dreaming, a
yeah,
little.
it's a little bit of everything.
I
But
mean, everything you needed for your entirety of like all the success of your tequila business wasn't on that post-it, right? It took your work, it took your sweat, it took your tears, it took your dream, it,
it still does.
taking all the partnerships, right? So
All of them. And then so that's how I then, kind of started managing it. And then later on was like, we can do it. And then,
so this was a restaurant.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then since then, I have opened 3 restaurants. And then here I am now with the tequila. And then, it was
Any
kind of like, it got a point, like maybe 2015, 2014, that I was like, oh no, this is not what I wanted,
oh
right? Like
no.
I was rethinking myself. I'm like, because growing up in a rural area, I always, I dream of that. Like I'm gonna clock
Sure.
in and I'm gonna clock out, and this is gonna be my thing. Like I'm gonna look beautiful every day. I'm gonna be in heels. Like that's what I thought.
Hey, you're still beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful every day. Just want
Thank
to put that out
you.
there. Just put that on there.
Um, but having livestock, so
Yeah.
my dad was a farmer, so we had cows and goats and horses and donkeys, and then cats and dogs and
Sure.
birds, and we had the whole thing. So what happens when it's like having little babies.
Yeah.
You cannot leave. Like I hated it growing up. Like we had to come back at certain time because the animals need to be fed, and
Of
then
course.
they need a water, and then you need to let them out, and then you need to let them in, and like all these things. And I'm like, we always had to leave parties earlier because we had all these things. And I'm like, I don't want that. Well, having a business is just like that. Sometimes you think it's gonna be your day off, and then something happens,
It
and you
is.
just have to go back to work.
Yep.
And then so that's kind of my epiphany at that time. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like this seems like that thing that I didn't want to do.
You're like, this is like having 3 farms.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
thanks.
pretty much. And then so then I decided at the time with my husband and I, like, just we're gonna stick it out. Like we can always pull out.
Right.
Because we felt like we were already too deep. And it's
Yeah.
like if it's kind of like beginning and then
Yeah.
it's starting all over again.
Right.
It wasn't also enticing. So it was like this difficult 2 roads. And then we were already in the 1 road. So it was like, let's just stick it out and let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
And then
Mama
decades
didn't
later,
Mama
here I
didn't raise
am.
a quitter, in other words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, you just want to sometimes prove yourself. But then it becomes, and later on, it becomes an art and
Yeah.
understanding. I have done many things wrong
Sure.
or not the right way, right?
Sure.
Like I have partnered with the wrong people, and that has cost me a lot of heartache, a lot of money,
Yeah.
loss of time.
Yeah.
And then so knowing that your time is your most valuable thing, right? Where you put your time and effort, you're never gonna get that back. And
Yeah.
then
And
so
especially the older you get, because it doesn't regenerate.
it
You
doesn't.
can't go find extra.
No.
Yeah.
If you do find it, please share.
Yeah, you too. But it costs more as time as you grow, right? As you
Yeah.
grow older, your time is even more costly. It's worth
Yeah,
more.
and then you become more aware of like where are you spending it.
Yeah.
And then what is it bringing you back.
Right.
I remember I hear this it was a Netflix thing, and this lady said this phrase, and I believe she was organizing or something, but
Yep.
it stuck on me and I use it. I'm like, does it bring me joy?
The Marie Kondo method. Yes.
Yeah. Like and then that was for organizing things, but like to me now, I'm like, if I'm gonna do something, is this gonna bring me joy? Is this gonna make me happy? If it's gonna
I
make me fulfill?
I used this. I used her name as a verb the other day in a conversation, and I said I Marie Kondoed the heck out of that closet. And somebody was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, hey guys, it was a moment in time. Like you just have to go back and watch it if you don't know what I'm talking about." Like,
Yeah, I
nothing in the
didn't know
closet
her
brought me
name.
joy, so I tossed it
Yeah,
out.
and then that is my mantra, right?
Yeah.
Like I have to do now, I do things with a purpose. Like
Mm.
my tequila, I love tequila, and then yes, it's a business, and then but I'm doing it because I have a purpose, right? Like I'm entering into a male dominated industry
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
And then we are the main target audience, right?
Sure.
Women in the United States drinks over 50% of the tequila, about 55%. So we are the ones that buy it. We
Yeah.
spend the most, but we don't get any decision making. We don't get to say what goes into our body. We don't actually connect with like all this, don't that, and then who said this, and like
Uh-huh.
it is very, even the names are
Casa that.
very, yeah. And then so I'm like, I wanted to create a brand that speak differently.
Yeah.
um I wanted to create a company that goes into uncharted territory,
Yeah.
because believe it or not, people don't share nothing. They don't tell you how to do things, especially when they get to know who you are, and they feel, some people feel threatened. And then even now, trying to like, how do you go into a new market? And then there, it always feels like gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Like there is a lot of like things that people don't tell you, and then you get to find out later. And I don't want that.
Well,
I want,
learning
I don't,
things the hard way sometimes has like a lot of value, right? Like if there's a lesson to be gleaned from going through an experience the more difficult way, that's one thing. But having come up in the male dominated industry myself, there's so much to be said, but like it just takes one person to go, "Hey, do you want to come see this?" Or "Hey, do you want to watch me do this?" Or like it
yeah,
just takes one, right? It just takes one
yeah,
person to kind of like crack that glass ceiling
yeah,
for somebody, because I can tell you that I started the way that most women in kitchens start, at making desserts and salads, because that's where we schedule women when we hire them. Like,
hmm,
because why? Because we're too delicate to work broilers and grills and
yeah,
salamanders and planchas and deep fryers. Because why? Because
yeah.
it's too hot? Because our makeup will melt off? Like, it's absolutely insane. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I totally
Wi-
agree with you.
but women cook hot food at home all the time.
Yeah, so we are good enough. I say we're good
Uh
enough to
huh.
cook at home.
Right.
But God forbid we want to go get hired as a
Not
chef
until
in a
you want a
restaurant.
paycheck, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, like that
Exactly.
is this is too good for you. And I'm like, and then it is something to say about the most famous chefs are men.
Sure.
The reason for that is because men choose them.
Yeah. Well,
A-
also, those men
And
have team of women behind them.
yes,
That's what they
yes,
don't say.
yeah, like, excuse me?
Because
No.
if you talk to a lot of chefs, and I can say this with the confidence of having talked to a lot of chefs about this very same thing, they go, "I like to hire women cooks." Okay, why? Because when the you know what hits the fan and the kitchen's going crazy and it's a Friday night, they're the ones that stay calm. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I think we're thinking about this backwards, because you're backfilling the positions that are already underneath you. That needs to start at the top, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it needs to start at
And
the top.
yeah, it is just a change of culture and mentality, and then
Yeah.
that takes a lot,
And
right? That
I
takes a
feel like
lot.
it's getting a lot better in the industry. Like
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
is.
we're almost getting to where the staffing demographic has changed,
Yeah,
I
even,
would say it's almost 50-50,
yeah,
but yeah.
but even like I should say, like the mentality of the customers, like,
Uh-huh.
don't you see that when people come and eat, they said, who was the chef or who is the cook? Already saying it in a male
Yep.
um sense. And
Yep.
it's like it comes, it is it comes from, we say without even thinking about it, right? And
Yeah.
customers do too.
Yeah.
And it speaks more about the culture. And then so that is changing, and hopefully,
Yeah.
within our lifetime, we'll see that it
Yeah.
totally shifting.
I hope so.
And then, yeah, and we are here doing it, right?
Of
You and
course.
I, and then many other of our sisters
Yeah.
are out there just
And
changing the perspective.
I've had both sides of that same experience just in the last 2 years. So we're talking about 2024, 2025, 2026, where a guest wants to speak to the chef. I walk out to the table. It's either a table full of women that are like, "Oh my God, you're the chef." Yes, like celebrating, or it's somebody going like, "Oh, I didn't know the chef was a woman." Still, right? Still.
I
I'm
know.
like, oh,
That
okay.
makes me mad. I need a shot. No,
Is
yeah.
it 9:23 in the morning in Michigan? I will not judge
It
you.
is 10:23, but it's 5
10:23.
o'clock somewhere.
Got it. We got it. Got it.
Yeah. So that is a part, right? Like going into an uncharted territory
Sure.
and then sharing what I learn and what I know. And it takes a village. Like for instance, I was up bright and early this morning because I was meeting with a team of students that is helping me create my sustainability practices.
Ooh, fine.
Yeah, because I'm positioning myself and my brand to work with the big dogs, right? I want to be everywhere. I want to be the places where the people that don't want to share their secrets are right now.
Yeah. You're
And
gonna
it's not that
have
they
to
don't
force
want to
your
share
way
the,
into those conversations.
yeah, right. So I'm like,
Basically.
I went to talk to the buyers, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
if you were to buy a tequila, what do you want? You don't just want tequila. They are not buying in the liquid. They are buying in into the brand. They are buying in into the
People are
company.
buying stories. They buy
Yeah, and they are buying
stories.
stories, right? But it is a
Yeah.
convoluted thing. Like I'm talking,
Of course.
So they gave me A, B, C, and D. Like we are gonna
Sure.
ask you for all of these things, and then if you have them, then you are in. So now I'm working and getting all
for
of
you.
them things, right?
Good for you.
Yeah. So and then I have to hop out of this by a certain time because I'm meeting another team of
Sure.
students that is helping me develop all of our marketing plan. And
Yeah.
I am aiding myself, like all of this. I don't know, for people that are not in the industry, it's very expensive. Like if I
Of
would have
course.
hired a company to do this, I would have had to put a second mortgage in my house, like that expensive. And then so finding a group of people that will do this at no cost.
Well,
And
what
they
you're
will
doing is you're giving those students hands-on work experience that they can put on their resume, because getting a job these
exactly.
days out of college without actual work experience is absolutely insane. They're like, "Do you have
Exactly.
2 years of experience?" Like, "No, I just graduated in this field." Right? Like,
Yeah, like there's always mind-boggling, right? Like I want
yeah.
this many years of experience. And like, where? Like,
Yeah.
can
So
you please give me the
that's your
experience?
return on investment, right? Is that you're pouring your time into this group of students and really giving them something that school is not going to give them, which is awesome.
Exactly.
Which is super
Exactly.
awesome. So
And then
October.
we got October, we battling. November, the tequila will be here. We are
Just in
launching
time
in
for my 41st
Chicagoland.
birthday. Let's go.
I know.
In Chicagoland. Okay.
Mhm. That's
Amazing.
where we're launching, and then Michigan. We are working into other states, but again, it's all about right partnerships, right?
Sure.
For people that don't know out there, there is a mafia everywhere, and there's
Sure.
always, cliques and people that
Yep.
click with each other. So you have to be mindful who you partner with. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just choose any distributor. I'd have to choose a distributor that is willing to work with me and sell my product and not bury it. So it's all these things, like it's almost like interviewing. You have to interview these people. You usually don't go with the first that offers you. You have to make sure that you vet the people that you're working with. And even now, where we are in the tequila, it's the right time for everything. But I was in this same position a year ago that I thought in January I'm gonna have the liquor here, and things fell through. Like my importer fell through, other things just like it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But now I'm here with much knowledge of like, just because at the time I felt like I still like, I'm gonna have a tequila and I have a great story, so of course it's gonna sell. And that is not true,
Well, I think
right? So
that's part of the thing that, maybe folks like me or people that are on the other side of the business or just consumers or just people who are like going out to drink at a bar or whatever, they're going to see all the celebrity alcohols, right? Like, and I won't even name them on here because I want you to be the star of the show, but they're going to see like the celebrity liquors and that's going to be the draw. But like, that's the bankroll. They didn't have to go through finding the right people, wondering if they were going to be put in
no.
a spotlight, right? But they had the clout already, right? And the products aren't very good. They just had the money to produce them on a large scale. So I
Yeah.
said what I said. I don't think that Ryan Gosling is coming for me or whatever, but like I said what I said.
If it is, ask him
Yeah,
for his
I don't care.
autograph first.
Yeah, right. Please, can I have a selfie? And then we can
Yes.
then we can
Yeah.
litigate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, nobody knows like what it really takes. So thank you for kind of giving us like a peek into the entire process. I really appreciate that, and thank you for being so transparent. So
No problem.
yeah. Well, I want to be respectful of your time today, but where can we find the tequila? Where can we follow along the journey? And where can we like stay posted on all the news? Where are you on social media?
Yeah, so all of our socials are Fuerza Divina Tequila. We are
Got it.
in YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. We are working to have TikTok channels and all of this that actually tell the stories. So
Yeah,
partnering with, a bunch of different companies, but part of the thing going into November is creating all of this content
sure.
that will be a storytelling piece.
Yeah,
And then so we can release more of who we are and then
yeah,
what we're all about. But just, next time that you are in the market, like ask not just my liquor, but like,
sure.
ask yourself, what am I buying and what am I putting my money into?
Yeah,
Because that is their loudest voice, right? So
yeah,
if we shift like one thing, one action, it can change so much for other
yeah,
people.
yeah.
And like I had always said this, and I had a mentor that didn't say it, that said it really well. There is one person that will give you the hand and pull you up, and then there is plenty of room on the top. There is no way why we should just, not change or not explore something new.
Yeah,
And then so,
there's really room for everybody
yeah.
to have their
So
own success.
once I get to the top, I'll give you my hand. But if you're already there, here is like reach for
Of
me.
course, of
So
course.
yeah, that
Yeah.
is it is a journey. It is starting. I'm excited to share where I am right now, and then, you know, 5 years from
And
now,
it's so
share where we
important.
are.
It's never stopped being important and it'll never stop being important for women to support other women, especially in this business.
Hmm.
Like we have to. We have to.
Yeah.
Not
And
tearing
it
each other down.
speaks more to, yeah, they help each other, right? Regardless of
Yeah.
who we are, just help people. If you know something, then full disclosure, this is what I know, but don't take my word for it, right?
Yeah.
That is always anywhere, it will help us move forward instead of stay stagnant.
Yeah.
Um,
100%. It's like
so,
when one of us wins, we all win. That's how I roll in life.
yeah, yeah.
Um, well, Ana, it has been a pleasure talking to you today. I
Thank you.
can't wait. I'm going to be the biggest supporter. I want to taste it. I'm so excited. And if I ever get the chance to come up in the area, I want to take the class too. I can't
Oh,
wait.
of
I'm
course.
going to
Yeah.
meet you in person someday. I'm putting out in the universe right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Thank you. Or I
yeah,
can come to you.
100%.
And then do a class, and then that's part of our marketing strategy.
The
Being,
podcast will do a collaboration. Very
oh yeah,
excited.
of course. Why not?
It's very
You
exciting.
already have food. I'll bring the liquor. I'm sure you have tables. We'll
That's
make it
right.
work.
We'll make it work. For Ana and Fuerza Divina, I'm Melissa, and this has been the Food for ThoughtCast. Thank you so much for listening. Ana, hang out for just one moment, and then I'll get you to where you need to be. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.